Sing ciao everybody, just landed back in Ho Chi Minh City, thought I would punch out my first live stream, test how it goes. I've got reasonable 4G and I wanted to just tell you about my flight experience to touchdown here on what is sometimes called the worst airline in the world. Obviously being the first live stream I've got 0 viewers at the moment, but as you come on, I would like you to tell me whether you can hear the music in the background, you're getting a good live stream experience. I'm trying to punch it all out of my camera device here, so it's going straight to YouTube from the camera, reliant on the vagaries of Vietnam 4G. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Vietnam Steve, I live out in Ha Long Bay, and I've just been on tour and landed back in Vietnam almost an hour and a half ago. Hey Sean, nice to see you joining. I'm testing out my first live stream today, and just landed back in Saigon, and thought I'd see how it goes. I've got to sit at the coffee shop here for an hour, and the other thing I wanted to know was what's the picture like, what's the sound like. I can put the AirPods in if I need to, but I flew on an airline that is often said to be the worst airline in the world. Now for me, it's a low-cost airline, so I have low expectations, and also I haven't flown on every airline in the world, so I can't really say it's the worst one. There's no service, but if you expect no service, you come prepared. I think if you're expecting a cup of tea or some water, you're going to be seriously disappointed. There is water in the WC for flushing the WC, but if you wanted a bottle of water to drink, you're going to be disappointed. On the upside, if you've got a pocket full of dong, you can get anything because they're coin operated like all of these low-cost airlines, and it's possible to order food, drinks, snacks or whatever. My flight was overnight, left about midnight, got in here at 5 a.m. and I slept for 5 or 6 hours on an 8-hour flight, so I feel good. I've just knocked off a banh mi. They've just turned the music up, and I'm finishing off a coffee with condensed milk. Had to go to Australia for a couple of face-to-face meetings, and found it difficult down there. I prefer the Vietnam experience, I have to say. I was just sitting here, and the gentleman from the cafe came and pulled stuff out of this garden in front of me here, and snipped it off, put it in a cup, and it's going in the restaurant to be put into somebody's kale shake, I suppose. So let me know if that music's bothering you, and I'll move, well, I won't move somewhere else, I'll curtail the live stream. I'm not going to walk around with bags and backpacks and things. So this airline has no service. However, if you want to move seats, you can pay money, they'll move seats. If you want to buy food, you can buy food. I've had to cancel a flight with them. I found them very responsive. I have a Vietnamese speaking wife who managed to deal with them. I think if you speak English, it's going to be a problem. But you can cancel your flight, and wait till you hear the price of the flight. You can cancel your flight up to 3 hours ahead of departure. Not this flight, the previous flight, cost $82.40 Australian, which is about 70 bucks, 65 bucks US, 8-hour flight from Saigon to, thanks Sean, 8-hour flight from Ho Chi Minh to Brisbane, cost $82.40 Australian, and 200 something dollars of charges, the biggest one being a fuel levy of 150 bucks. And then I added on $75 of my own damage to get a seat with padding and a seat on the aisle and a premium check-in. So it's very, very cheap compared to other airlines. And of course, that's why I put my life at risk travelling with them. Suffice to say, we got here. I didn't get my head put through the baggage compartment above with turbulence or anything. I slept for 5 hours out of 8 hours. I'm pretty happy with them. So I guess in the comments, if you've had a low-cost airline experience and it's worked better than expected, let me know, because I'm always looking for cheap airlines. I like cheap. I like frugal. And I don't demand much on the flight, and in particular, if we've got food coming, it's never the greatest food that turns up on the flight anyway. So I'd rather buy what it is that I want to eat. This next flight, I'm just going to be buying a bag of cashews and a soft drink, I think. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to know about Vietnam. Saigon at 7 in the morning is about 31, feels like 35, 85% humidity. Yeah, we didn't have to flap our arms, and it was a smooth, safe flight. I kind of think you just have to get your expectations set as to what you're going to get. Now, that said, I have flown on full-cost airlines. I take my shoes off in flight, walk around in socks, and you walk into the restroom, the WC, and your socks get wet from, well, what I would like to say is water on the floor, but it could be anything. This airline, nothing, clean as a whistle. And in some respects, it was peaceful because they're not bothering you all the time with a meal service. On a full-cost airline, you leave at 11:30 at night and they feed you a full meal, which takes till about 1 in the morning. And you just want to sleep. I was asleep before we took off. I have the eye things. I have a hoodie I wear with a hood over my head. Poor guy next to me was an Irishman in shorts and a t-shirt. I think he would have been a bit cold on the flight, but you know, you got to prepare for these things. So I'm sitting at a cafe at Saigon Airport here. It's interesting because I buy the same coffee everywhere. At the airport, this one is 70,000 dong, but at my local highlands in Ha Long, it's 45,000 dong. So we've got a markup at the airport here, and I'll be interested to see in my first live stream if that Highlands coffee sign comes out the right way, because the way I'm looking at it, it's back to front. I have had a couple of bursts at a live stream before, and I got everything working straight off the camera. I don't have intermediary Wi-Fi's, etc. I ran out of 4G. I went up a laneway through a market and there was no 4G, so I canned that one. But I'm going to test this one out. Hopefully the 4G works, and I like to be frugal and just have my camera without a million devices attached to me. I travel light. I might show you what I travel with, because that's always interesting for people. I've got double, so this is a backpack. This little fella's got 4.5 kilos in him, so he's very light. He's almost empty. The main reason I've got this is I've got a laptop in here. So I was just going to bring a laptop case, but then I had the big woolly hoodie, and I need to put that in there. So that's almost empty, 4.5 kilos. This little fella is a carry-on bag. He's packed with 14 kilos of gifts and things for family in Vietnam, and so I booked him in the underneath compartment. I'm allowed 9 kilos on the plane, so clearly I can just travel with that and be self-sufficient. Connect it all back together, because while I've never had anything stolen in Vietnam, keep it all together, be a bit smart. things go well. The plan today is to get on a flight at mid-morning. Gets me in at lunchtime to a town called Haiphong. And you may not heard of Haiphong, but it's the third largest city in Vietnam. It's up near Ha Long Bay, and it's about a 45-minute run home in the car from there. So I fly to that city and then get picked up and get a 45-minute ride home. So I should be home by about 1:30 this afternoon. And then I have a couple of online meetings I have to attend to, one at 3 till 4 and one at 7 till 8:30. But you know, we don't eat dinner till late anyway, so after that I'm a free agent for a week, so expect the YouTube cadence to increase because I'm free for a week, so I'll probably try and make one every day if I can. The plan this week for Vietnam, it's school holidays. The kids are off school from last week until October, so they have a very big school holiday break here, and we're going to do a few things with them. Might take them on a holiday. I want to go to a place called Nhat, which is supposed to be very nice, so maybe I'll go there for 3 nights, 4 days or something. The other thing is I want to go and see Furiosa at the movies. I don't know if it's suitable for 12-year-olds, but we'll investigate that one, see what their mother thinks. As a good husband, I just follow what the mother thinks. And then relax, basically. If you've been following the channel for a while, you might know I've got a apartment out there at Ha Long Bay. They got a pool on the roof, so I might try and test that out every day. It's not really good for filming up there because you get the odd kid up there, but separate to that, it's just very echoey. It's a pool that's inside on the roof, but you can open all the doors. I saw that you enjoyed Furiosa, Sean, and I hadn't even known it was out. And I've checked it up on YouTube and thought, well, I'd like that. Obviously, I'm a Mad Max fan, but Mad Max from the 80s, and haven't really followed the saga. So I thought if I watch Furiosa, I can probably watch them all in order and refresh my my knowledge. I don't go to the movies much. In fact, ever. I watch stuff on TV and YouTube. But I'm going to get into it because it is a good experience going to the cinema. The last cinema I went to was with some Vietnamese friends to a Vietnamese comedy that was very popular in Vietnam, and everybody was laughing. But it was a different storyline to what we would see in the West. And to cut a long story short, young girl had a boyfriend, she came from the wrong side of the tracks, got pregnant. The parents of the woman weren't happy about this, the relationship splits. She then has trouble with the baby. It's going to be curtains, the baby's about to pass away, and everybody's coming to the hospital, and we think it's going to be a big reconciliation of families, and when they get there they just have a big punch up and life goes on. So in the West we generally have a happy ending in those kind of movies, but this one wasn't so happy, but it's quite funny in a macabre sort of way. Yeah, there's cinemas at the Vincom there, and they have good movies. I did go to one once. It was one of those Dwayne Johnson rock movies, and I was in the front row. And I actually fell asleep because my head was back and I was looking straight up. That's where I'll be going, the Vincom in Ha Long, and they have a cinema up there. A lot of movies are in Vietnamese. They're okay, because I can follow them. I can follow the story. That's what a movie's all about, isn't it? However, I prefer to have the subtitles underneath. The kids actually prefer them in English with Vietnamese subtitles because they're trying to learn English, so they like to listen to English. I'll try and get through the whole series. I'll map them out. I think it's Furiosa, then probably Fury Road. And then there's, Mad Max 1 and Mad Max 2, I think. I'm not exactly sure, or vice versa. But I'll get them in order. And once I've seen Furiosa, I'll line the rest up. And particularly, I can download them to the phone here and watch them when I'm travelling. It's great. Sean, you're Frugal Wanderer. You've got a great vlog out there, and I see you're vlogging yourself every day. And I really like the walk and talk style. And yeah, you might see mine. That's shoot and talk. That's my style. I'm never going to have the great intros or outros. I like to just capture IRL in real life. But if you've got ideas for topics, anybody, put them in the comments, like and subscribe. I've got lots of topics, but they're good topics for me. And I talk about a topic I love, and we don't get many viewers, and it's my jam as well. And then I'll show somebody the basic food I'm eating that I eat every day, and it'll go off with 1,000 views in 3 hours. So I haven't shown you all the food I was just eating here, which is a banh mi and coffee, because it's boring to me, but some people will, and that creates a lot of views. I did see a comment, someone said they haven't flown there yet, but it's VinCon where you'd see the movies, and that is the case. But let me know when you're flying in and where you're going to. Topics, Haiphong versus Van Dong. Couldn't you fly to Van Dong? Very good, El Dorado. Van Dong is the airport that is part of the province that Ha Long is in, the Quang Ninh province. And Van Dong Airport it's over an hour from Ha Long. So it's quite a way to get out there, and they have less flights. So I could fly from Van Dong, but it would be over an hour to get there. And it's 45 minutes to Haiphong. So I fly from an airport in another province, but it's closer than the airport in my own province. That said, Van Dong is the jewel in the crown for Quang Ninh province. But I think most of the international flights there go to China, to and from China, and very, very popular. Of course, there's domestic flights to here, there and everywhere, but why would I travel an hour and a quarter when I can travel 45 minutes? So that's my jam. That's why I go to Haiphong. As many times as I go to Haiphong, I would fly into Hanoi and just get a taxi out to Ha Long. That is easier for me. It costs $100 Australian. It costs about 1.5 million dong for a taxi, and $100 is $100. I can give that $100 to my wife, and she's even more happy. So pick up with a 45 minutes self-propelled car is better than a 2 1/4 hour taxi drive from Hanoi for $100. When I go back, I generally go out of Hanoi. It's an easier route back. Next time I'm coming here, it's tricky. The changeover's about 2 hours 20 minutes, so you don't need any problems. Van Dong seems serving Da Nang. Yeah, missed the last bit about the taxi there. I'm going to go back to the comment. But yeah, it's only serving Da Nang and Ho Chi Minh City. That's very limited. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. An airport's an airport. That said, haven't been to Van Dong Airport to fly, so I've been there to have a look around, dead as a doornail, but haven't been there to fly. And maybe I'll test that out one time just to see how it goes. It's much of a muchness. I mean, Vietnam's got 100 million people, so the population's here to have good airfares wherever you go. And I've flown within the country, and it wouldn't cost $100 to fly anywhere, so it's very cheap. It's a procession, a bevy of beauties going past here, but I'm a bit slow to capture them, so we'll just capture the guy taking the rubbish out. Plans for the week are to get some food vlogs done, following the Frugal Wanderer. Probably more as a passing in doing a vlog, because I eat food every day. I've got one video that was just me eating what I have for breakfast every day. 3 minutes long, 25,000 views, and it's me opening up a thing in a banana leaf and eating it. You kind of think, goodness, I eat that every day. I've also got to get some walking in. And so there'll be a lot of walk and talks. I'm at the Highlands, and I did have the banh mi queue. Thank you. I've got the evidence here. This little bag. It's a thin baguette with, this one had chicken pate in it, and it was delicious. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but the price here at the airport was 70,000 for this coffee, and it's 45,000 at my local Highlands. So I've just put 3 kids through university. I'm going to wrap it up. I've done about 20 minutes. I want to play this back, see if we're getting too much noise, see what's actually happening with the pixelation on the camera. I may have to film from a separate camera. This is my iPhone I'm filming from, so it's going straight through the iPhone. The Frugal Wanderer told me that sometimes it will overheat, and it is hot. I just felt it, but I haven't had an overheating issue yet at the 22-minute mark. But the left-hand side of my phone, which is the top end where those cameras on the back are, is hot to touch. The right-hand side, which is the bottom of the phone at the back, is warm, but nothing overheating yet, so that's quite good. I think the overheating would be driven by the vagaries of the 4G. So if you're walking around, it's constantly trying to connect to different towers, and I'm not a technical expert, but sitting still here, and I don't know what the speed is here. It's not much, and I haven't connected to the Highlands Wi-Fi. I should have done that. I'm just on my own 4G off my phone. In fact, I'm off the 4G on my phone that comes from my Australian SIM card, because my Vietnamese SIM card's not working, so I need to put some money on that. That's my next job. Thank you for signing into the first. These are it's the crew from the worst airline in the world. Thank you for signing into the first live stream, and hopefully next time I'll have one walking around the area that I'm in, but I just need to stick to the main road. So I would love to take the camera and zoom through the market, because that is an experience, and that might have to be a vlog, because the Wi-Fi in there is not that good, but that will be something I'll do this week. Thanks very much, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next one.